Hello. Over the last while, I've talked a lot about the concept of ikigai or hedgehog. This notion of finding somewhere or some place or something where you're in the flow, where you're naturally talented in this area, where you have a passion for it and that the world values. And I got an email from a colleague of mine this morning actually, and he sent me this Zen story, a game of chess. So if you Google it, you'll find the story written out. It's a great story and I want to share it with you. Because most of us struggle with this notion of finding our ikigai, of finding enlightenment, of becoming fully aware, of finding contentment in life. And this story offers a glimmer of hope for those of us who struggle with the concept of hours of meditation or hours of study or hours of practice. And the bottom line of the story, so you can stop watching the video after I tell you what it is, or you can continue to the end. The bottom line of the story is that if you lose yourself entirely in what you do, compassion will naturally follow. It's concentration's faithful companion and cannot be practiced. So this is short route to enlightenment. Do whatever you do in the present moment, do it with total alertness. Completely focus on it. Do it with intensity. The same intensity as if your life depended on it. And if you do that, everything follows. So let me tell you the story. It goes like this. A disillusioned young man travelled to a far-off monastery and approached a Zen master and said that I'm tired, disappointed in my life, I've achieved nothing, I've done nothing, but I want to be enlightened. But I don't think I'm up for all the meditation, I don't think I'm up for all the hard work. And I think if I tried that, I would just give up and fall back into my bad habits. Is there any shortcut? And of course, we in the West are always looking for shortcuts, but the master said, yes, there is. He said, provided you're genuinely determined. And he asked this young visitor what he was interested in. And he said, nothing much. I haven't really done anything with my life. I grew up in a well-off family and I've sort of wasted my time. And the master said, well, there must be something. He said, yeah, well, actually, I enjoy playing chess. I used to spend a lot of time playing chess. So the master summoned his attendant and said, send Goishi here and ask him to bring a chessboard when he comes. And the monk said, but Goishi doesn't play chess. He said, that's fine, just call him anyway. So Goishi duly arrived, the monk duly arrived with the chessboard, and the master arranged the chess piece on the board, and he asked for his sword. And then he said to Goishi, he said, monk, you've sworn obedience to me, and now I'm going to call on that. Play the game of chess with our visitor. If you lose, I'm going to chop off your head with my sword. And if you win, I'm going to chop off the visitor's head. And the look in the master's eyes revealed that he would do exactly what he said. So the game began. Of course, the young visitor felt the sweat running down the back of his neck. And he was playing for his life, I suppose. But he forgot his surroundings, he forgot the chessboard. He just focused on the pieces, focused on the moves. And soon when his opponent made a weak move, the monk, he launched a powerful attack. And then, of course, the monk lost a pawn and the visitor got excited about this, and he was paying attention to the monk and looking at him. And then he realized this monk was a person with really intelligent eyes, the light of years of learning and discipline and practice, and that he was quite serene. Even the prospect of death, it seemed, didn't faze him. So then the monk made another faulty move. He was losing. But this time the visitor began to look across at the monk and realised, hold on a second, this person has invested their whole life in developing themselves. I've done nothing with my life. If I win the game, he's going to die. Really and truly, I'm the one who should die. I've done nothing. I should help this person. And he began to feel compassion for this person. And so he made a wrong move, leaving his position open to attack and to allow the monk to actually win the game. And then suddenly the master moved forward and knocked the chessboard away and said, that's it. There's neither winner nor loser here, he said. And he turned to the young man and he said, you only need two things to gain enlightenment: complete focus and compassion. Today you've learned both. At first you were entirely absorbed in the game. Out of that concentration arose compassion. It made you ready to sacrifice your life, and so on and so forth. So I want you to think about this idea of focusing your attention, complete focus, no matter what it is, complete awareness, complete focus of your attention in the present moment. And see from that, does compassion arise? So you have this awareness of the present moment, and does compassion arise you? And the Zen master would tell you that this is the shortcut to self-awareness and the shortcut to enlightenment. So it's an unusual one for me. It's a little bit off my main track, but I liked it so much when I saw it this morning because I've experienced this myself when I really lose myself in the flow. And they say that athletes really try to gain this sense of being in the flow, complete focus, complete attention. In fact, going to the point of saying that if they don't win the race or they don't do their best, they'll die. And that brings a sort of, excuse me, some sort of clarity to them. So you might think about this and practice it and see if it's of use to you. I found it very, very helpful. Thanks.